the Wetiko-Matrix. Freeing Eril Kaya means busting the Wetiko-Matrix. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. What the fuck? What the fuck? My whole life is a failure. I'm a failure. You know who should be sitting here with me right now? And that makes me angry. So you better put your earplugs in, alright? Because I'm gonna start to shout. So I'm angry. And then you always come back to that situation on the motorway. And why, oh why did we let it happen? This is it, guys. We're doing the job that we're doing, and if you don't think we're really taking them down, then you're very mistaken. Very mistaken. They've never ever seen a bigger threat to the vampire empire than us. It's the truth. It's the absolute truth. What I experienced today was very interesting. So I learn a lot. I learn a lot. But it makes me go crazy and lose it when I don't have Eril here. That makes me go mad. Fucking pisses me off, even though in the car, coming back because we were driving all over the place. We drive directly to places. Although, I'm being watched from all angles. What the fuck's the Wybro guy up to? I've not been out of the house since it happened with Eril. I don't go out of the house. So today was a big step. I went out of the house. Yeah, and for all those who are chuckling and laughing, oh, he's shitting themselves. You're not taking down the Matrix. You are not. If you think I like to be at home because I'm scared. No, I'm at home because I have to be at home. Because I'm making a difference. That's why. Otherwise they wouldn't take Eril. Don't you get it? Why would they make such a hassle for themselves? For all those people chuckling, watching the Gnostic takeover for entertainment purposes. It's not here for your entertainment. This is war! And the only ones who are at war are these fucktards who don't respect the natural order. Who don't respect when someone doesn't sign a contract. He's not your property. And you're treating him as if he's your property. And I have to unload. You know how life is for me. I keep having to interact with imbeciles who don't know anything. And I have to stand there and keep my calm. Oh, it hurt. It's not my problem. It's not my problem that they've got a fucking problem. That everyone's liable. That you, a man, the director of this freak organization, the BFA, Bundesamt für Fremdenwesen und Asyl. It's not my problem that you're liable. It's not my problem that you're running a criminal organization. How did it ever become my problem? How is it that it is a problem for me because I haven't got Eril with me here? And this is what makes me angry. And then I've got imbeciles. I'm going to tell the story. I've got imbeciles, policemen, pretending as if they don't know what's going on. Asking 3 times, can you tell me the name again from... it's Eril Kaya. And I think I'm in a nut house. And then I've got idiots like Will, and Alex is listening here, mate of mine. I've got idiots like Will, who's fucking vaxxed, all right? With demons working through him. Oh, you must be getting out of your psychosis. Idiot. Fucking idiot, imbecile. Yeah, that's what you are, Will. That's what you are. That's why I blocked you. Then he says, you cried in my hands in the past. Yeah, I liked you, Will, but now you're an immoral, trash, imbecile, fucking idiot. Because you haven't got a fucking clue who I am. And I don't know what happened with you. Okay? I'm a little bit pissed off you, as you can imagine. Because I said we're going to have magic today. And it's not happened. It didn't happen. Yeah, good. So even though I told Liz everything's good, and this is all part of the learning lesson, I get angry. So we didn't. Eril Kaya is not a free man. And we tried everything today. We tried everything. So let me walk you through the day. To just a short summary because I'm getting to the juicy bits instead of wasting my fucking time and wasting everyone else's fucking time. Got fucking human trafficking going on here in Austria. Human trafficking right there. And all I can do is watch it and just continue doing my job. And it's not how did it ever become my problem that I'm intelligent and that I can point directly where it hurts for these imbeciles? That's what they are. They can't take responsibility no matter what. They're afraid of the Satanists. Anyone in these organizations, if they're not pedos themselves. They're afraid of the Satanists, but how did it ever become my problem? Why do I have to wait? Hate waiting. There's no contract. Eril is an English citizen in your system, in your little idiot system of nations that don't exist because it's world government, global governance, worldwide happening all the time, everywhere. That's why there are no nations for Henry Kissinger. There are no nations for the Rothschilds and Rockefellers and all these idiots. Okay, scumbags, fucking lunatic idiots. Little bitch boys of the demiurge for the Truman Show in their role, sitting in their castles, drinking the best wine, having all the money in the world, or being fucking nothing. You're nothing, okay? Mr. Rothschild, you're fucking nothing. And I'm telling you, I will tell you right in your fucking face, you little fucking demon. You piece of shit. I spit on you, you little prick. Because I'm awake. Because I have clarity of vision. I'm a danger for you bastards. I can shout as loud as I want. You can say I'm crazy, and I don't give a fuck! I have every reason to be angry! Cause you do not belong here! You do not belong on my planet! I'll speak like this now, and I'll speak like this when you see my Chevy Chase in front of you. Because this is a takeover. I'm not afraid of any of you because I know how the Matrix works. Yeah. That which all of you are puppets from. I know the field that is puppeteering you. Not afraid yet? Yeah, because you're too stupid to really know how it works. You're too fucking dumb to know how it works. That's why you think you could just sit in your castle and have the puppets run World War III to distract from the real war that's happening here in satanic Austria. Where the true heart people are taking over. But you think you can just sit there and like, no, your time is fucking over. Your time is fucking over. Idiots. You're idiots. Planetary Intelligence Agency speaking. The Department of the Slay. And it won't turn its eye on you. You won't get away with it. You criminal. You genocidists. You fucking victims. Yeah, guess I'm angry, am I, huh? And boy, does it feel good to release that. And that's why we only have the hardcore people on here. So everyone else thinks, oh, this guy from the Gnostic Takeover is a bit loco. Yeah, while you're sitting on the fucking couch doing nothing. Wanting to find out about history and Tartaria while the fucking world is burning down. You little loser. Yeah, you're a loser. And I'm your best friend for telling you. Because I'm victorious in glory already, although I fucking failed today. And I'm the first one to admit that, by the way. I'm the first one to admit my failure. That's why I'm glory, victorious, and successful. That's why I say the overwhelming majority of the preachers, the Max Egan and David Icke, a bunch of losers. A bunch of losers you are. We write books after books like, I've got his book. I've got his book. Books after books after books about talking about the Matrix, talking about Wetiko, but not doing a fucking thing for it. Not doing a fucking thing because you're a grandmaster hypnotherapist. I know that. But let's see it from someone else's angle who still believes that David Icke is doing a good job. All right? You want to wake more people up, don't you? That's the biggest insanity of the freedom movement. Oh, this is waking up so many people. And we just continue and we wake more people up without waking up deeper to ourselves. You know that actually today I woke up again. Can you imagine? I did the best show of my life yesterday, which there is such a cap on it, there's such a block on it, because someone's very afraid to get that information out. There's hacks everywhere. Joz, who I asked to put a video together, has also told me that for some reason doesn't load, the video's not working. Can't upload it. Yeah, I wonder why. That there was no video when normally there is a video because they hacked in. Oh, and so I'm the crazy one, but my message gets put on the back burner, and like when I go on stages, people want to take the microphone away from me because I'm fucking up their whole mind control grid because of heart resonance. And then put me all down and make me think I'm small, I'm not making a difference and all that. And I'm the crazy one and all this. I'm taking you down, guys. You sick motherfuckers. I'm taking you down. Are you listening? Anyone from the network? Oh, now we can frame me as crazy. No, I know how the court system works. I know how no one can ever show up at that door. Because I detect, decode, defect, seal, and protect. I know how the Matrix works. That is puppeteering you, you little nothing. You little nothing. You will always be nothing. You're Mr. Nobody. Thinking he's got his life in order and is part of this little pedo freak show. You're nothing. There's people that are far more intelligent. Yeah. And I'm your worst nightmare. And I love it. I love it. Have to be. All right. So deviating a little bit, I guess. I have to let out some steam. Can you imagine how frustrating it is to have checkmated the entire situation? Checkmated it from the beginning to the end. Fully proud. I'm in a good vibration before we leave in the car. I'm in a good vibration standing in front of the refugee camp that no one even told us. The asylum camp that no one even told us where Eril is. They don't even tell us. Like the worst criminal offense, what they're committing. He's not allowed a phone call. He's not even, his parents are not even being, so he was arrested. And his parents are not even being told where he is, what's doing. He's not even allowed to speak with his parents, Errol is. He's not allowed to speak to anyone. And I slayed the embassy, the British embassy in Vienna yesterday. I slayed the shit out of them. I told them, you're working for criminals. You're a criminal, by the way. Oh, sorry, Mr. Wybrow. Sorry, Mr. Wybrow. We can't give you any information because of data protection. Oh, really? So we're interested in data protection, are we? Whilst having to show our Vax passport every time they tell us, oh, it's so important, our data. Yeah, that's why our health status is free to go, isn't it? Silly idiots. Oh. Yeah. Slate them. Bloody idiots. Because I'm dealing with the situation myself. You see? I don't need a fucking lawyer. I am the law. Studied the law. I know the law. So I'm dealing with the situation myself, and I checkmate them on every level, on every perceivable level. They don't even tell me where Errol is. And Ayahuasca Datura connection makes me decode he's in Traiskirchen. So we go there, and he's there. We know he's there. And then you have to listen to two little schoolboys from the police who don't know what the fuck they're doing, asking you 3 times what Errol's name is. And this is what I'm dealing with. Idiocy. But how did idiocy ever become my problem? You checkmate them on all levels. Okay, the game is as it is. But no. I have to look like an idiot, like a complete failure for not manifesting the freedom of Errol Kaya. When I said we want to give and showcast magic happening right there. And I fail. I have failed today. I have failed. And I don't want to be put in a good mood or anything. I don't want to be like, oh, Steve, it's like you really helped me and you're not failing and all that. I'm not fucking interested. I failed. That's why I'm honest. That's why I'm successful. Because I failed. You know why I failed? Because someone who's victorious, glorious, and successful need better know why they failed. I know why. Because you know what? As I keep saying, they control the money supply, printing money, and that's the currency of the Matrix. But beyond the money, it's the guilt. That's why in German it's called Geld. Geld is currency, is money. The geld we have here is euros. England, we've got pounds. It's guilt, currency, money, trawling of energy, taking your energy, sucking your energy off this vampire force, this parasitic force on the host that is us. And the host tells the parasite to fuck off. And still, the clown show continues. And that's why I lose it sometimes. And I'm just absolutely frustrated because you can imagine I've been working my ass off to get my friend Eril out, who's taken unlawfully. And the reason why I failed is because not only are we freeing Eril Kaya, but we're taking down the whole Wetiko-Matrix by doing that. This is it, guys. This is the highest level of the game. I'm going to put a link underneath and I have to write that down. I'm going to put a link underneath, posted in the Gnostic Takeover again, because that's who we are, okay? That's what I do. It's what I'm tasked to do. Project Looking Glass and 2 master chess players, good and evil, natural order and the Matrix. I'm on the team of natural order. And listen to those 10 minutes and then you know what I am doing and then you know what Eril is doing. Then you know what Liz is also doing and then you know what the Gnostic Takeover is doing. 2 grandmaster, 1 master chess player and 1 grandmaster chess player. Team Natural Order. You make 1 move, and and they make their move. And 7 moves before both players can already see that one is checkmate. 7 moves before it happens. The Dark Force can already see they're in checkmate. There's only 7 moves left to make. Oh, and I'm getting attacked here. 5G. Fuckers. Can't do nothing. This is your worst nightmare. Me knowing that and decoding that, because that makes it reality. Woo-hoo. 7 moves left to make. And everyone knows he's checkmate. So we make 1 move. They make their move. Then we make not our move. And then they make their move. And we make our move. And then we make their move. And then we make the final move. And it's checkmate. The inevitability. Because we know what we're doing. I absolutely know what I'm doing. Because I absolutely know how the enemy works. It's 1 field. It's 1 field of perception. It's 1 manipulative force, 1 principle dictating all of them. And it's a high-level game. I know how to do it. So we made another move today, and it was not the final move. And that's why. We didn't completely fail, although I'm happy to admit to say we failed, because I want Eril out, and I only settle for the highest. However, it was a massive learning lesson today, massive learning lesson. And the reason that we lost today, kind of lost, it freaked them out completely. obviously, is because they control the money supply, but they do not control the law. You can control the law by being right, living in right livelihood, being a moral human being, setting your boundaries. That includes setting your boundaries, especially. Only reason we're in this COVIDian cult crisis is because we don't set our boundaries. We put on our mask anyway. Well, most of the people listening to this not, but we put on the mask anyway because we don't want trouble. Yeah, because you don't fucking know that this is your planet and what this means, even. That this planet is a living organic being that put you here for a reason. And you need to take care of that planet, but you've got too little fucking brains to get that. That you need to take care of this place and you can't delegate it to anyone else. So you partake in fucking Satanism, putting that mask on. That's what you're doing. You're a Satanist because you're not setting boundaries. You're not setting the law. And they're laughing at you. They're pissing, spitting, and jerking off on you. I'm just saying this for anyone who's like, oh, that's a little bit... Yeah, it should be too much. I have to be too much because I don't know if you've noticed that they're raping and pillaging the sacred. So how the fuck should I behave? Should I be like others in your yoga community, massaging the truth in so you're like, no, I'm not gay. You have to deal with it. When you go shopping, someone says something, you just say, I set my boundaries. I do what I want. I breathe air. When they call the cops, you tell them. You take their number. You find them, not let them find you. You don't have to tell them that. You just tell them, I do everything by post of letter. Sure, write to me a bloody letter. I'll write you a fucking letter. By way of notice to the man. So he has to give you his name, the police officer. Name and number. And you find out that name, so you write it to the man. John Gaylord. Who at times acts as police officer and thinks he's some sort of gay boy who can tell other gay boys how to gay boy themselves with a muzzle. What bunch of fucking idiots. What pathetic idiocy. And people listen to me and they're still wearing that muzzle. I have no empathy. No, we're way beyond that. 2 years? Since 2 years we've got this? And you're still complying and being a Satanist? And you want to manifest your reality and achieve all the goals that you want, but you still want to be a Satanist. You're lying to yourself. That's what you're doing. You're lying to yourself, and your life is never, ever in your control. Because the one single thing that you don't do right, which is Satanism. You have no self-respect for yourself. And that's why we're in the situation we're in. Okay, coming back to what I originally wanted to say, the reason it didn't happen today is because the single one parameter that you don't have control over, that I don't have control over, that no one has control over, is the timing when it manifests. We can influence. That's why I say focus on what you can influence. Focus on that which you can have an effect on. Focus on that which you... So, because that's how we stay in mind control. We focus on problems that we can't solve. How can I solve the crisis in the Ukraine when I'm not in fucking Ukraine, am I? Busting the Satanists in the Ukraine. No, I'm here in Austria because that's where you bust them effectively. There's no war going on here except psychological warfare par excellence. It's 5G weapons technology. I'll talk about that big time. We don't influence the timing of things. That's why I'm happy to look like an idiot. I said Eril is going to be free today. Well, I was wrong, wasn't I? Can we follow that simple logic? Oh, good. We've upgraded from first class to second. So you got to ask yourself the question, why is Eril not free yet? Because the learning lesson is not over yet. Because freeing Eril Kaya means you solve the microcosm, all right? The microcosm is the Gnostic takeover, Eril Kaya being freed, and the community seeing Eril finally be freed, and wow, let's all have a party. Yeah, we're gonna have a party. Eril Kaya being freed, but what is the Eagle Thunderbird perspective of this Taurus? What is the Eagle Thunderbird perspective of the microcosm and the macrocosm? So I'm just going to stand outside. This is the matrix. This is the bubble of reality that we've been born in and indoctrinated into. And to stay in that bubble so that when you hear the man shout, Stephen Wybrow, a man, when you hear him shout, you switch off because he's full of shit, obviously, because he shouldn't be emotional. Although he's an emotional being, shouldn't be emotional. How does that work? It's pretty fucked up, isn't it? So the Eagle Thunderbird vision looks at it and like, what in the microcosm means freeing Eril Kaya, and that's why the blockage, and that's why Wetiko, oh, I've still got a place like here, I can hack in here. No. Freeing Eril Kaya in the microcosm ends human trafficking, slavery, and mind control on the macrocosm. That's why. We're not just freeing Eril Kaya. What this will lead to, it's the domino principle. One domino falls, they all fall. All of them. There won't be the institution we're interacting with now. I hope you guys didn't like your job too much, okay? Because that institution is about to go belly up. Bundesamt für Fremdenwesen und Asyl. It's about to go belly up. Because it's a criminal organization. You're dealing with human trafficking. I can see through your bullshit. You're telling people you work for, yeah, helping refugees and all that. No, you're not. You're a criminal. You're dealing with human trafficking. You're diminishing those of mankind, treating them like shit. Telling all your friends that's okay because they get 700-800 euros a month, for which the nationalists then go crazy. Oh, these asylum seekers, they're getting money and all that. And we don't have anything for our people. Yeah, because everyone's on the scarcity-based mind control. Scarcity-based mind control. Yeah. It's not me taking down your organization if you want to hate on me, because you don't get to me anyway, because I know what the matrix is. That controls you. anyone working for this organization. It's the matrix that controls you, and I know how to unhack it. Detect the hack, detect the code, defect the hack, seal and protect the hack. And I'm in the original reality. That's why I still breathing in that good old Sprona, baby. Nothing coming close to me. I better know how reality works, don't I? It's not me taking down your organization. It's the source directly that created you. Can't have that anymore. Because I say so. Yeah, because it's the truth. The truth, yeah, you're at war with the truth. That human trafficking thing is not allowed on planet Earth anymore, says Planetary Intelligence Agency. And that's where the CIA and all of the other intelligence agencies switch on and study Planetary Intelligence Agency because they've never ever seen anything like it. It was a big move from me today, okay? Coming to what happened today, finally. This always takes longer, by the way, than I think it does. And I know I'm blabbling on, but I have a lot to say. It's intelligence, natural intelligence. Oh, he's full of himself. He's confident. Yeah, that's what any Satanist doesn't want you to be, confident. It was a confident move from me today, bold move going outside of that door. After more than a week that I've not even left my door because all I'm focused on is getting my brother out, who I love. It's all I've been focused on. And it was a bold move. So we step into the car, all right, where we head off. I blow some mapacho tobacco for protection before we leave, right? And we drive down the road to the first petrol station to put a full tank in there. Because we're going out of town. Beautiful. Nice day out. And when Liz walked into the petrol station, what she sees is a guy coming out without a muzzle, with BMI on it. Bundesministerium für Inneres. The Interior Ministry. The very first guy she sees. And we're just 3 minutes into our lovely car ride. We already see the Interior Ministry. So what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna run? We don't hide. For all the network people out there, we don't hide because it just so happens that you are controlled by a force, okay, by Satan. You work for Satan. I've got Satan in my back pocket. I know Satan is equivalent to the field of Wetiko. And I can spot Wetiko when it tries to come in. And it's basically, Wetiko opens a door and I close that door again. Wetiko opens a door, I close that door again. And this is what it happens all the time. So I'm sitting in the car like this. I'm sitting in the car. And I see a hack come in, and that was all the time. I'm talking like every other minute I was doing that. I see a hack try and come in, and I'm like, imagining cutting cables. Energetic cords Wetiko then becomes a cable. An energetic cable for my vision to cut cords completely with the influence of Wetiko. And I define that I, as a high command of the highest source, I define disconnecting the field of Wetiko, the field of the Wetiko-Matrix, I define as And then I envision cutting a cord and the hack is over. The hack becomes unhacked. And Liz will know what I'm talking about because I was sitting in the seat tasked with the Eagle Thunderbird vision of constantly discharging the pyramidical Wetiko-Matrix. Discharging. Detect, decode, defects, seal and protect. The situation is clear. So I saw police cars flashing their lights on. I do that, the lights go off. Yeah, that's what I experienced today. That's why I'm sharing this. That's how you know that no one comes into my reality, and I have to be really quick these days because we're in the end game, guys. We're in the end game. So coming back to the petrol station, guy from the Interior Ministry walks out. Yeah, all right. What are they gonna do? Nothing. Next thing, we step into the car, we drive with the car, and it just so happens that it's a crossing. So you can go straight forward or you can go to the right. And as we're at that crossing, it's like the crossroads of life representing that. Two choices. And it all happened in a flash. And we just drive straight forward. Although the Wetiko influence was trying to make us go right, but we just, because we're protected and guided, we drive straight forward. And in that moment, which was like a flash, we drive forward and the police bus drives to the right. Because we're not going onto the motorway. Because remember in the Matrix movie, that's where the agents are, on the motorway. Don't go on the motorway. Why is that so important? Because on the motorway, you've got the strongest presence of 5G weapons technology. That is used for what I term Wetiko-Matrix reality hacks. That's what 5G is there for. And I'm going to explain all of this in due course. Give me some time because I've got a lot more to share on what they really don't want you to know. It's about decoding Wetiko. That which is puppeteering the Rothschilds that I've already told they're idiots. All right, and all the other people in the intelligence agencies and the Peter Satanic Criminal Network, who I like to call the gay boys. All of that field, the field of Wetiko, all right, it's there. However, I'm coming from the organic field, the frame around it. Okay? Hermetically sealed. I come from the organic, the natural reality timeline that busts Wetiko. But in order to get to the organic, you have to bust through the artificial. So therefore, you have to know that there is an artificial reality field simultaneously while there's an organic reality. And you wouldn't even notice the difference. You wouldn't. They're happening at the same time. This is why I'm going to use, next time I'm going to use slides to explain this to you because I can better explain it through that. I won't attempt now. But the only thing I can say for now is when you observe reality, you're actually observing two realities at the same time. One is artificial and one is organic. And I guarantee you, you wouldn't notice the difference between the real world and the artificial world. except when you apply the four main principles of Gnosticism. That's what I did today the whole time. That's why nothing happened. Nothing. Yeah, most dangerous individual on earth better know how the Matrix works. They can't come in. No intelligence agency. Vienna is the city of intelligence agencies. Many people don't know that. Just like Austria is the center of Satanism, many people don't know that Vienna is the city of spying, city of intelligence agencies. Vienna is the city of so much. It's the center of so much. That's why I love it so much. I love Vienna. However, when we came into Vienna today, so we're driving on, so it becomes really, after that flash, where we drive forward and the police turn right, because to the right is the normal route one would take to Vienna, and we drive straight forward. Everything was fine, and I was relaxing to him, like, yeah, Liz, this is going fine. As soon as we come into Vienna, hacks start to come in. Why? Because we're not far from the motorway. We're actually going underneath the motorway, and it's there's a certain stretch of like a kilometer or so where it intersects with the motorway. So the motorway goes into the street, into Vienna, and we did that for 1 kilometer. Oh boy, did the hacks increase there. So I'm sitting there, as you can expect. Yeah, how do the hacks look like? It's all 5G technology. You wouldn't spot that you just got hacked. No way. Okay. Oh, yeah, of course, I know when I'm being manipulated. No, you have no idea how it works, how this works. They flash a frame into your mind, and it's an artificial matrix frame, and then you have to unhack it, and then you're back in your reality. That's how it works. It's crazy. And then suddenly I see, coming into Vienna, I see a whole bus of police bus, and the police, the financial police, right there, just as we come into Vienna. And I'm like, discharge, discharge, discharge. And we continue driving on normally, because I've just discharged Wetiko. Okay, just to explain this for everyone. I've discharged Wetiko, so the way this works is I'm in my reality, no Wetiko. Then I explain this how it works, for example. They have to show you, like in the movies, they have to show you that they're hacking you. Okay, they have to. It's only your ignorance and saying, oh, no, it's nothing. And then the next thing you know, you're locked up. That's why you really have to be on it trains your awareness in an amazing way. And the way this normally works is I would see a muzzle. The muzzle is the perfect symbol where they have to show you, I hack your reality. You see a muzzle, someone with a muzzle, and boy, did we see many muzzles walking outside, in the outdoor. Yeah, because they're all hacks. They're probably people that don't even exist. Okay? This is what we're talking about. They're not people. They're AI, 5G. How would you know what the difference is between a real guy that you're not talking to and someone who's just been inserted? A digital insert. That's what they are. Digital inserts. That's what the network is also. Digital inserts. Okay? The pedos, the Satanists really working for the network, they're digital inserts, which we call soulless beings. They're digital inserts. They look like human, they're not. That's how I got a guy called Faras, Saeed Husseini, Faras, to leave during a trip that we shared together. Okay? Taking LSD. That was in 2018. Yeah, 2018. And I told him, you're a digital insert, and that's when he had to leave. High-level black magician. Badass. I've had a lot to deal with over the years. Why? Because I am a danger to the power structure. Massive danger. And as soon as I talk about the digital inserts have to leave. Just happened just now. I'm not going to mention names. It just happened right now. The individual will know this is the highest level of information. When you know that, the reality you're experiencing, what you would normally say, oh, it's just one reality because, no, it's actually two. That's pure genius to know that it's two realities at the same time. And that's why you need to discern. Is this a hack? Or am I in my organic reality where nothing can come in? Highest level. So we drive through Vienna and we come out, and already again, you know, I relax, and I'm much more relaxed in the car. Past Vienna and now, oh. And it was easy. We got to Treiskirchen, where Eril is situated, with no one having told us that he's there, but we just so happen to have access to plant medicine that tells us, yeah, there's a power higher than you network. And the police were asking us, they were making a guess game like, yeah, he could be here, but he could also not be here. I mean, it's hilarious. If it weren't so tragic that I get tortured when I talk to stupidity, tortures me. Really does. That's why I go crazy in the beginning. And thank you for everyone listening, for bearing with me. Because I feel much better now. I discharge my anger, right? Because it's not easy being intelligent in this world. And we get to Treiskirchen, and the police asks us, like, how did you find out that he's here? I'm like, well, that's gonna give you a headache when you go home. It's gonna give you a headache when you go home. And yeah, police was there, and hacks tried to come in. I discharged the Wetiko-Matrix with high command right in front of them. All right, I sort of made it hidden, and I'm like, as a high commander. And I discharged the whole Wetiko-Matrix. And suddenly, as I did that, suddenly the police comes after 15 minutes because they have to check what's going on, pretending, buying time again. So they're getting their orders from their bosses in their, in communication with the walkie-talkie or whatever they use. I would love to hear what they tell each other. It's like, this guy here, his name is Wybrow, Stephen Wybrow, but he doesn't identify. But you better try anyway. So they asked Liz, and she gives her identification because someone has to. But they've got nothing on her. It's just me who's the troublemaker. And they asked me, so sort of like deceptive, sort of like, okay, so what's your name? And I'm like, I don't identify. And they're like, straight away, they're like, and then they just get on with it. They already knew that I don't do that, because otherwise they would make a fuss. They really make a fuss with. Oh, you have to identify. Says who? This is my planet. Says who? Who the fuck thinks I have to identify? I'd like to see said man or woman in front of court and show me proof of claim that I have to identify, because I don't have to identify shit. That's the truth of the matter. And we're the sovereign. We're the ones we've been waiting for. And yeah, The energy was just out. And you see, you don't press the issue. This is also an important point that I got. You see, this only works, magic only works when you let the magnetism work, okay? It's very important. Magic equals magnetism, okay? And it's magnetism that trips out the matrix. Because the matrix only runs electrical, okay? It's the magnetism, the downward pyramid that trips it out. That's why, that's what you see in movies sometimes, you know, when, for example, you've got a room where they store evidence with like laptops and all that, and suddenly they put a machine with magnetism next to that room, and that destroys the laptops and destroys the evidence that someone doesn't want to be seen. You see that? Can you remember seeing that? It's a very fucking important principle. Because that's what heart, soul, essence, action based in the heart does to the matrix. It discharges it. And it's right there in the movies. In all these crime series. They put this magnet machine there and it trips out the entire electrics and fucks them up. That's the basic principle how you discharge Wetiko. You discharge Wetiko. Oh yeah, now my pen wants to stop writing. Yeah, because it's a good... You see, I'm only channeling this and I'm amazed by what I channel. That's why I look at my notes that I take and my videos to learn. Yeah, and the energy was out. The energy was like, okay, this is as far as we've gone. And so we left. And kind of disappointed, obviously. And then as we were walking, I told Liz, well, hang on a minute. We'll just walk back again to the security people and ask them. Because as we got there to that place, right when we got to the place, Liz gave her ID and told them that we're here for Eril Kaya. That was all we said. And they said, okay, and wait, because there was other people passing by there. And the next thing you know, the two policemen are walking up to us. So we didn't know what was going on. So I went back to find out their dynamics. And they were actually nice guys, all right, doing their job. Security guys, obviously not moral, but, you know, could talk to them. It's grand advancement that someone talks the fucking language. Because all you get is now you know why I get angry. Because I'm happy that someone talks the fucking language. I thought it was German that someone was speaking here in this country. Full of cunts in this country. Really cunts. That's what they are. And he spoke. And he said, yeah, well, what happened was they phoned up at the offices. And the offices phoned the police straight away. Because no one wants to take responsibility. Oh, better have the police... deal with that, you know, and like, yeah, you're not getting us away. They're just buying time. And the last time we got Eril out, we also went there twice. So that's going to do the trick. Twice, 3 times, no matter how it takes, we're showing up, we're getting the job done, and then there will be proof of the magic happening. All right, so then we got that information, and after being upset walking and like sort of like, no, we didn't get Eril out because we were fully positive. Like we really stayed on a positive vibe. We even had his clothes with us, you know, as a sort of a magnetism anchor. So he gets drawn magnetically to his clothes. We've got his energy there. This is how we work. It's high level shamanism, high level knowledge that we put to use. And you're not going to get him out by pushing the issue. What you're going to get by pushing the issue is a very delicate balance. When you push the issue and you're going all out there, but he has to come out. This is human trafficking and this is this and I write a notice and all that. there's a good chance that you're putting yourself in a problematic position and that you even get arrested because you've not dealt with your own shit. This is what you learn in Law for Mankind also. That's why I keep recommending it, because there's two guys, John and unfortunately I can't. Jody would help me with that right now. Unfortunately, the name passes me. It doesn't matter. Great guy, amazing. Both of them, unbelievable. Like we're talking 30 years of experience with the court system. They know how it works, guys. They know exactly how it works. And they're geniuses at explaining it, just like I'm genius at explaining Wetiko. That's my field that I have to cover. But when it comes to the court system and law for mankind is where I delegate it, because they're the best at what they do. So what was the point that I was making? Oh yeah, you don't shout around and go crazy and like push the issue because you've not dealt with your own traumas, with your own addictions. That's why it's so important to do shadow work and slay the addictions, because addictions are intrinsically linked with childhood trauma. So that's why me and Liz just stay calm, centered, and like we did everything we wanted to do. The resonance didn't quite pick up, so we leave and return for another day. So that's why I'm telling you, we can be really proud of ourselves. I said I failed, which I did because I hold a high value to my work and I only settle for the absolute, because that's why I'm a victory man. But big pat on the back and on the shoulders, because like they were onto us. Every one of the intelligence community, of the politicians of this country, every one of the Peter Satanic Criminal Network knew what we were doing. However, we're discharging the field that runs them, which is why they can't come near us. Isn't that pretty amazing stuff, isn't it? Doesn't that show the true power that we hold? That we can control our reality. That no one can impose their will on us without our consent. It's beautiful. So Eril is not back with us yet. However, I did decode while I was there, because it's so important to go somewhere physically and not just deal with the theoretics. As I explained, the thoughts, or what I like to, because not just thoughts is too general. I like to say from the empowered state, it's intention, emotion, and action. That trinity. Only the trinity busts through Wetiko and makes you connect to the organic, natural reality timeline, which is called the new earth, the new paradigm, the new signal. This is where we want to be. You only get there by busting Wetiko through the application of the Trinity. You have an intention. I command the freedom of Eril Kaya. Very simple. You have the emotion. I feel that. I felt it the whole day. I feel that. And then action. And then the source knows. Okay? This is what completes a circuit. It completes a circuit. And is magnetism also. It's also 180 degree. Trips out the matrix. And you get your will, because your will is the source's will. Your law, as you learn in Law for Mankind, your law is then shown to be the law through success, victory, and glory. So, concluding all of that, and I want to hear from the listeners, love all of you. Thank you for being here with me. Sometimes me going crazy and all that. Kind of crazy. Isn't it amazing that I can observe my own state of hypnosis still. That's still there. That when I get emotional, that I call that crazy. Can you see? It's not crazy. It's the most natural thing. That's why I always loved it seeing with Mark Passio, okay? Even though I give massive critique to him and he's ignored and all that, keeps me on the One Great Work network, although I told him it's not the One Great Work network that you're running and I want out of it. I'm not part of your network. But I always loved his shows because he got emotional. Yeah, it's got power, it's got a magnetism, it's real, it's real. And that's all you're gonna get from me ever. Only real. Because I suffer when I have to pretend. Anyways, thank you for listening. This is all I wanted to say. As you heard, the microcosm of freeing Eril Kaya is the macrocosm of ending slavery on Earth and taking down the whole matrix. That's why. We need patience, which is a virtue. It's not easy for me, not easy for Liz. Patience is a virtue. But you keep putting in the work and you're going to see the great man on this chair right here. And he's going to sleep right over here. And soon he's going to have my couch. Still at my parents' home. You're going to get here. We love our home. It's such a beautiful home. I'm so thankful to have a home. Thank you to everyone who's also supporting us financially. Anyone can do that at any time. I'm just saying that. Whoever feels like supporting us, sees we're doing the real work, because I know we're doing the real work. We're not just talking, as you can see. We go to places. We risk everything because we have nothing to fear, for we have nothing to lose, for we have everything to gain. So anyone who can support us financially would be really appreciated. Everything is in the link underneath below, just like the link I'm going to say again, because it's a recommendation. Check out the video underneath of Project Looking Glass, the chess game of two master chess players that actually has one grandmaster chess player of the natural order, which I represent, which Eril represents, which Liz represents, which you, all of you, represent. Thank you to all of you. I'm going to finish the recording now and then we can hear from everyone as I'm going to order some food. So keep with me whilst I'm doing that also. Thank you. Bye-bye.